down the back roads where the cricket chorus hums. A pickup truck and a bottle of rum. The neon sign glows where the long nights spill. At the edge of the town, just over the hill. He's got a dust-stained hat and an old guitar. He sings about heartbreak under fading stars. The jukebox hums with a tear and a tune. The story unfolds beneath the blue moon. Back roads and bar stools where the broken hearts heal. With a song and a sip, the pain feels real. There's a melody in every scar and bruise. In these back roads and bar stools, you never lose. Her mama warned her about a man like him, but he lit her up like a faded hymn. They shared a dance till the clock struck 12. Then each back rows knew where their hearts would dwell. It's a tale as old as the weathered wood. Dreams once broken, now stitched where they stood. The bar closes down, but the song lingers on in the hearts of strangers till the break of dawn. Back roads and bar stools where the broken hearts heal. With a song and a sip, the pain feels real. There's a melody in every scar and bruise. In these back roads and bar stools, you never lose. He left his boots by the old screen door. Dust from the field spread across the floor. Mama's tears fell as the truck pulled away. He whispered, "I'll be back, just not today." The town's fading sign had read, "Population few." Empty streets now hold the stories we once knew. The diner's closed, church bells no longer chime, but the echoes linger, haunting time. Back roads carry the weight of broken dreams, where nothing's ever as perfect as it seems. Faded love, forgotten schemes, on these back roads chasing broken dreams. He found a guitar in a pawn shop downtown, sang about the sorrows that weighed him down. Every note cracked raw with regret, on a stage where no one could forget. The farm he left now lies silent and still. Windows shattered, vines creep in the the past won't let go, a harsh wind that cuts as you reap what you sow. Every mile takes him closer, yet far away from the boy who left that August day. There's a fire that grows when the past won't let go, a harsh wind that cuts as you reap what you sow. Every mile takes him closer, yet far away from the boy who left that August day. And the boy who left that August day. Screen door slammed as he walked away, his silhouette fading in the dusty gray. Left his boots on the porch like a farewell sign, a life unraveled in the summer sunshine. A straw hat hung where it always stayed, but his heart was gone and his debts unpaid. The holler echoes with the quiet pain of love and labor lost in the pouring rain. He left his boots on the porch by the broken swing where the wildflowers grow and the mockingbirds sing. A tale of longing, a man unkind, boots on the porch and a love left behind. The harvest moon rose over cornfields bare, and shadows whispered that he was still there. A ghost of days when his back was strong, carving out dreams that had gone all wrong. Every scuffed up soul holds a story untold of a man who cracked but once was bold. The whiskey speaks but it don't rewind those boots on the porch and the life left behind. He left his boots on the porch by the broken swing where the wildflowers grow and the mockingbirds sing. A tale of longing, a man unkind, boots on the porch and a love left behind. He left his boots on the porch by the broken swing where the wildflowers grow and the mockingbirds sing. A tale of longing, a man unkind, boots on the porch and a love left behind. walked out of a bar in his old worn boots, clutching a box of forgotten roots. His hands smelled of whiskey, his eyes of regret, chasing dreams that time won't forget. Past the fields where the crops don't grow, and a house where loved ones glow. He left his shadow on the peeling paint, searching for solace, but he swears he ain't. Dust and whiskey dreams, they'll tear you apart. A life on the run with a worn down heart. He's singing to the wind like an old refrain, trying to forget, but recalling the pain. Picture still lives behind the cracked glass, a memory that he can't outlast. The roads are lonely, the nights are cold, but the fire in his soul just won't be controlled. He hears a mourning dove in the dead of night, a fragile call in the pale moonlight, and he wonders if she's out there too, with her own set of dreams torn and bruised. Dust and whiskey dreams, they'll tear you apart. A life on the run with a worn down heart. Forget, but recalling the pain. There's dust on my boots and sweat on my brow. Work through the heat, I made my vow. Living off dirt, making roots run deep. Prayers at sundown, dreams while I sleep. This winding road, it's narrow and long, built from heartache and holding strong. I'll keep on walking, come joy or pain. Dust on my boots, but I'll not complain. The farmhands gather as the sun slips low, telling their stories by firelight's glow. Each scar tells a tale, each wrinkle a fight. With dust on our boots, we follow the night. Through storms and drought, through time and tears, built this life with these calloused years. We ain't got gold, but we've got pride. Dust on my boots and God on my side. That old oak tree shades Granny's grave. She told us to Her words dance soft like a whispering breeze. With dust on my boots, I bend to my knees. This winding road is narrow and long, built from heartache and holding strong. I'll keep on walking, come joy or pain. Dust on my boots, but I'll not complain. That old oak tree shades Granny's grave. She told us to work, to sacrifice, save. Her words dance soft like a whispering breeze. With dust on my boots, I bend to my knees. The sun sank low on an August night. Cicadas hum neath pale moonlight. The road stretched out, endless and long. Every step whispered where I belong. A picture of Mama in a weathered frame. Her smile still warm, though the years won't stay tame. Daddy's old guitar in the corner leans. Strings hum softly with forgotten dreams. Oh, there's dust on my boots and a story to tell of dirt roads and love and the times we fell. Every mile I walked, every turn I faced, left a mark on my heart, love I can't erase. Oh, there's dust on my boots and a story to tell of dirt roads and love and the times we fell. Every mile I've walked, every turn I faced, left a mark on my heart, love I can't let erase. There's a bar by the tracks where we used to meet, a jukebox spinning tales with every beat. Your hand in mine, your laughter wide. We danced like the world had nowhere to hide. The seasons turned and the storms rolled through. Some bridges burned, but the sky stayed blue. I carry the lessons, the pain and pride. With every step you walk by my side. Oh, there's dust on my boots and a story slips low, paints the fields in gold. A dusty old truck with stories untold. Corn stalks whisper in the silken haze. These back roads carry the weight of our days. A worn out map on the dashboard there, leading to dreams or just thin air. A pocket of pennies and a patched up coat, chasing a future with a weathered hope. And there's dust on the back roads, miles on my soul. Every curve and bend making me whole. The past rides shotgun, the future's unknown, but this winding stretch feels like home. The radio hums with an old-time tune under the gaze of the harvest moon. Barn lights flicker like distant stars. A simple life is the richest by far. Clouds may gather, rain may fall, but the spirits of these roads hear it all. The voices of fathers' hands, calloused and true, guiding us through the paths we construe. Now the years have passed, but I still drive. These memory-bound roads keep me alive. With every mile, there's a piece of me. Out here, I'm exactly where I need to be. Dust on the back road, miles on my soul. Every curve and bend making me whole. And then there's dust on the back roads, miles on my soul. Every curve and bend making me whole. The past rides shotgun, the future's unknown, but this winding stretch feels like home. But this winding stretch feels like home. Got this winding stretch feels like home.
There's an old Bible on the mantle, pages torn but full of truth. Mama read it every evening, back when I was just a youth. The gold is faded on the edges, but the words, they never died. Now I sit here in the silence with the memories she's inscribed. Daddy's boots by the doorway, leather cracked and worn with miles. He worked hard from dawn to sundown, yet he always found his smile, his smile. Sunday mornings in that church pew, hand in hand with hearts so bright. Now the boots sit cold and silent, telling stories of his fight. Dust on the Bible, but the love stays just as pure. Pages hold the weight of a life they helped secure. Through the years and all the trials, they're more than just a guide. Dust on the Bible, but the faith won't ever die. That old barn down by the meadows, where the hay once smelled so sweet, now it creaks against the twilight as the winds begin to meet. Shadows trace the past like whispers of the life we left behind. But the roots go deep in memory, like a prayer we'll always find. Late at night I hear their laughter, voices dancing in the breeze. Even though they're long gone from me, there's comfort in the leaves. The stars above still light the heavens, like their love lights up my way. Dust may settle on the memories, but their glow won't fade away. Dust on the Bible, but the love stays just as pure. Pages hold the weight of a life they help secure. Through the years and all the trials, they're more than just a guide. Dust on the Bible, but the faith won't ever die. Dust on the Bible, but the love stays just as pure. Pages hold the weight of a life they help secure. Through the years and all the trials, they're more than just a guide. Dust on the Bible, but the faith won't ever die. But the faith won't ever die. Woke up to the whistle, the train rolled in at dawn. The clock hands kept on ticking, but my time here's gone. A suitcase full of memories, a heart I can't ignore, waiting by the ticket booth with dust on the station floor. Man once told me that leaving ain't a sin. Sometimes to find salvation, you gotta let life begin. But every step I take away makes me miss her more. I see her shadow linger on the dust of the station floor. Take me back to the moment she was mine, before the rails divided and love slipped off the line. Her laughter echoes faintly through the paneled depot door. Love feels like a memory in the dust on a station floor. The conductor waves a warning, the engine starts to hum. The rhythm of the railway makes my weary heart feel numb. I gave her all I had back then, can't give her any more. She slipped away just like the wind through dust on the station floor. The train moves slow through fields of gold. The sun begins to rise, but I keep seeing her reflection in the pale and morning skies. I wanna turn this steel beast round, make right what was before. But all I'm left with now is dust on the station floor. Somewhere down these darkened tracks, there's another chance to try. But her face still haunts my every thought, a tear I cannot dry. The ties that bind us broken, love scattered evermore, like ash and soot that settles on the old station floor.
stands on the edge of the land, its blades worn down by time and sand. Grandpa built it with calloused hands, now it spins memories where the past still stands. Dust on the windmill, but the stories don't fade. Rust on the steel, where memories are laid. Each creak and twirl, a song from the past. Dust on the windmill, its echoes will last. Daddy used to turn that old wooden crank, drawing water from the deepest tank. The cows would gather, the sun would set, a simple life full of no regrets. Now the fields are quiet, the cattle gone, but the wind still hums its forsaken song. The paint has chipped, the boards are split, yet the heart of the land still beats in it. Dust on the windmill, but the stories don't fade. Rust on the steel, where memories are laid. Each creak and twirl, a song from the past. Dust on the windmill, its echoes will last. Some say the world's moved to the new, but the old ways hold a sacred truth. That windmill saw love, love, loss and fight, through morning's gold and lonesome nights. Dust on the windmill, but the stories don't fade. Rust on the steel, where memories are laid. Each creak and twirl, a song from the past. Dust on the windmill, its echoes will last. Its echoes last. Some say the world's moved to the new, but they always hold a sacred truth. That windmill saw love, loss and fight, through morning's gold and lonesome nights. Down on the gravel road, dust rising in the air. The screen door slams shut, a memory lingers there. Grandpa's old boots sit propped by the chair. With the creak of the wood, I feel his ghost everywhere. Mama's apron strings hung loose on the line, catching the wind like a distant place in time. A tin roof sang when the storms rolled through. It's here I first learned the sky doesn't stay blue. Time passes through. Saw suitcase in his hand, chasing big city dreams in a faraway land. But you can't take the porch light out of his soul. It flickers at dusk, whispering tales of old. Now I'm the one left, hands calloused and sore, plowing through moments, forever wanting more. But the echo of voices from fields and pines is a hymn of my heart in this life entwined. Where time passes through. He sat on the porch, a weathered face, old boots by the step, his favorite place. Rusty strings on a guitar, faded and worn, singing songs of love and lifelong gone. Old boots and rusty strings carry the echoes of simpler things, stories lived and lessons learned, memories etched like wood well burned. He talked of his mom and her Sunday pies, the way that her laughter lit up the skies. His voice grew heavy about the war he fought, but his guitar spoke the things he could not. Old boots and rusty strings carry the echoes of simpler things, stories lived and lessons learned, memories etched like wood well burned. Now he's played all his chords, sung all his tunes, watched the seasons pass under 100 moons. But those boots stand firm and the guitar still hums with the spirit of a man who won't succumb. The sun sets low, paints the valleys gold, but his heart stays warm, though his hands are cold. A legend lives on in a songbird's wings, through old boots and rusty strings. He's played all his chords, sung all his tunes, watched the seasons pass under 100 moons. But those boots stand firm and the guitar still hums with the spirit of a man who won't succumb. The sun sets low, paints the valleys gold, but his heart stays warm, though his hands are cold. A legend lives on in a songbird's wings, through old boots, rough and rusty strings.
There's a rusted truck out in the yard. It's seen more miles than my reckless heart. Leather seats cracked by the sun's cruel wear. It's been my companion, always there. A jukebox hums in the corner of the bar, echoing dreams of a life left afar. Whiskey rivers flow through my veins, but the stories I tell, they soften the pain. Rust and leather, weathered and torn, stories of glory and hearts that are worn. Out on the highway, the truth comes to call, underneath stars where we've given it all. Granddad's boots sit by the old front door, leather scuffed from the battles he bore. Each step a marker, a soldier's parade, keeping the rhythm life's memories made. The freight trains rumble in the midnight blue, a lonesome cry that's forever true. Cattle low under a blood-red sky, as the prairie wind whispers its goodbye. And these stories ain't just etched on the soul, they're in the wood grain where my fingers roll, strumming the strings. They whisper their creed, every verse a reminder of what we need. There's dust on Daddy's boots, been there a long, long time. Tracks from the barn to the truck and a life of overtime. He raised me on his shoulders, taught me how to stand. And though his words were simple, I always knew the plan. The miles have aged his back, but his heart's still strong. He hums a tune at sunset, though the day's been long. With a Bible in his hand and a soul that won't dilute, I see my life reflected in the dust on Daddy's boots. Mama lights the lantern, dinner's warm on the stove. Daddy scrubs his weathered hands from fields where crops still grow. There's love in every callus, there's labor in his pride. He don't say much, but his eyes can't hide what he feels inside. The miles have aged his back, but his heart's still strong. He hums a tune at sunset, though the day's been long. With a Bible in his hand and a soul that won't dilute, I see my life reflected in the dust on Daddy's boots. He never asked for glory or riches made of gold, just the warmth of a family and stories to be told. Now that I've grown older, my road starts to unfold. I see him in the mirror, and it's worth more than I hold. Someday I'll tell my children about the man who stayed, about the hands of steel and kindness, how a legacy is made. And when they see their grandpa resting by the fire's glow, they'll hear his silent wisdom in the things they'll get to know.
Sinks slow behind the pines. This weathered truck knows the road just fine. Gravel kicks up where the blacktop fades. The dust on my boots tells of roads I've strayed. Take me back to a place I know, where the fields of gold and the rivers flow. A porch light glows for this heart that roams. There's nothing like the dusty road home. Mama's red gingham hangs on the line. Dad's old guitar still hums in time. The screen door creaks with a welcome song. It's where I was raised and where I belong. Heavy on my mind, through cities bright and hard to find. But in my veins runs a backwoods cold, the strongest pull of the dusty road. Every mile weighs heavy on my mind, through cities bright and hard to find. But in my veins runs a backwoods cold, the strongest pull of the dusty road. Take me back to a place I know, where the fields of gold and the rivers flow. Light glows for this heart that roams. There's nothing like the dusty road home. The Memories lie in the rusted swing. Hummingbirds dance as the church bells ring. Every turn, every bend in the trail, it's a page in the story I'll always tell.
Left his boots by the back door, mud caked to the heel. Spent his last few dimes on whiskey, couldn't face the way he'd feel. The candle flickered softly, shadows danced along the wall, and all he could remember was the night he lost it all. The planes rolled out behind him as he walked a crooked line. Dreams had wilted at his feet like roses left to pine. He carried just a photograph, torn edges, faded hues, of a girl in a white cotton dress and the life he couldn't choose. It's the long road home, where the past won't let you go, through stormy nights and no regrets and miles of broken soul. But there's grace waiting on that porch where mercy lights the way. It's the long road home, and boy, it starts today. A train whistled in the distance, like the ghost of all he'd done. He cried out in the darkness, like a father to his son. The gravel bit beneath his feet as the wind began to wail, and he whispered one last promise as the stars began to pale. Every sinner needs salvation, every wanderer a trail. Every story needs an ending, even broken hearts prevail. It ain't about the detours, it's the ending that we choose. And the man he used to be, well, tonight he bids adieu. It's the long road home, where the past won't let you go, through stormy nights and no regrets and miles of broken soul. But there's grace waiting on that porch where mercy lights the way. It's the long road home, and boy, it starts today. Beneath the whiskey pines where the wind don't lie, a father's voice echoed under an open sky. With a rusty old truck and a heart to mend, he sang of lonesome trails that never end. In the moonlight's glow, the stories unwind, of sweat and sorrow left far behind. A cowboy's heart beating loud and true, the weight of the world stitched in every tune. The farm field stretched beneath weary feet, the dust in his lungs bittersweet. A $10 bill and dreams in his sack. He built a life, no time to glance back. In the moonlight's glow, the stories unwind, the sweat and sorrow left far behind. A cowboy's heart beating loud and true, the weight of the world stitched in every tune. break, still he'd play till the heavens would quake. Through valleys dark and mountains steep, he carried his pain where promises sleep. Now the pine trees whisper his soft refrain, like a candle's flicker in pouring rain. Though his voice is gone, his story remains, etched in the land, blood and strains. In the moonlight's glow, the stories unwind of sweat and sorrow left far behind. A cowboy's heart beating loud and true, the weight of the world stitched in every tune.
He parked his truck by the old oak tree. The sky was heavy, rain pouring free. A mason jar held his heartache tight, a man and his bottle under the pale moonlight. Oh, the gravel crunch beneath his worn out boots, memories tangled like weathered roots. He walked Whiskey Road where his heartbreak grew, lost in the love he thought he knew. Whiskey Road where the shadows play, a man's soul lost in the yesterdays. Steel strings cry and the night wind moans, lonesome heart finding his way back home. He'd held her hand by the county line, promised forever but ran out of time. Stars were witnesses to love so true, but life's sharp edges tore them in two. Kissed the ground, washing pain away, but the ghost of her smile wouldn't fade today. He stumbled on hope in the midnight dew, till the whiskey whispered what he couldn't do. Whiskey Road where the shadows play, a man's soul yesterdays. Steel strings cry and the night wind moans, lonesome heart finding his way back home. Lonesome heart finding his way back home.
under white skies that don't ever end. I work the soil with these calloused hands, dreaming of times in a distant land. Oh, it's whiskey and wind that carry me home to a little gray shack where I sleep alone. The miles stretch far, but the memories stay of the man I was before I lost my way. The old screen door still creaks and sways like Mama's voice on those golden days. Her Sunday hymns, they filled our halls. Now they echo faint against these walls. Oh, it's whiskey and wind that carry me home to a little gray shack where I sleep alone. The miles stretch far, but the memories stay of the man I was before I lost my way. The bottle whispers where solace hides, but it drowns the truth that's deep inside. The wind calls out from the open plains, and I wonder if freedom knows my name. I left that girl with a heart so kind for a restless dream and a wandering mind. Now the years have passed and the chance is gone, but her memory lingers soft as dawn. Oh, it's whiskey and wine that carry me home to a little gray shack where I sleep alone. The miles stretch far, but the memories stay of the man I was before I lost my way. The old bar stool creaks as he takes his seat, a battered fedora shielding his defeat. With a voice like gravel, he starts to tell about the years he spent on whiskey in the well. He had calloused hands from the plows he'd worn, a broken heart from the vows she'd sworn. The jukebox played as his story fell, like the drops of whiskey deep in the well. Pour another round for a man's regrets, rivers of courage, but a sea of debts. He lived for the fire, but he burned himself. Now he's drowning down whiskey in the well. A barmaid listens, her eyes soft with age. She's heard every tale, but this feels like a stage. A cowboy limping, his pride unwell, still pulling up memories with the whiskey in the well. A life of lessons stitched and undone, from a farmhouse porch to a long gone son. The bottle tells stories he cannot quell. The only warmth left is whiskey in the well. rivers of courage, but a sea of deaths. He lived for the fire, but he burned himself. Now he's drowning down whiskey in the well. There's a light in the window of a rundown bar, where the crickets serenade the old guitar. The barkeep nods with a knowing grin as I pour my heart like a whiskey on the wind. Friday night, the jukebox hums a tune. The air's heavy with memories and cheap perfume. Faces come and go, but I'm still here, chasing shadows through this worn veneer. And oh, the whiskey on the wind carries the tales where heartbreak begins. Through the neon glow and the cigarette haze, I'm just a man lost in yesterday's maze. I see her face in every shadowed glass, each drink a window to a painful past. Her laughter lingers in the smoky air, but I can't find a trace of her anywhere. The old timer by the door tips his hat, says, son, don't waste your life like that. But I'm anchored here in this weathered spin, caught adrift with whiskey on the wind. And oh, the whiskey on the wind carries the tales where heartbreak begins. Through the neon glow and the cigarette haze, I'm just a man lost in yesterday's maze. He left the bar just past midnight's chime, whiskey burning deep in guilt, dragging time. Lonely stars were hiding, clouds rolling thick. He stumbled on a path he couldn't pick. The road stretched quiet, the moon took her bow. Crickets sang darker than his solemn vow. He looked at his hands, calloused and worn. Been fixing fence rows, but my life's still torn. Whiskey on the wind, calling me back through the hollowed hills on this lonesome track. A man can run, but he can't outrun sin when it howls in the night like whiskey on the wind. The porch light flickered where she used to stand, a rocking chair swinging on wood unmanned. Memories like ghosts, they clawed at his chest, but love don't live where regret has
lonesome track. A man can run, but he can't outrun sin. When it howls in the night like whiskey on the wind. On the wind. He left his boots by the door, worn and dusty brown. His old truck sat quiet, parked on the edge of town. A bottle of Jim Beam, the last of their dreams, lonely as the moonlight on the cold mountain streams. She packed up her suitcase, left her note on the bed. Her words like a dagger, still carved into his head. I can't keep holding on to a man made of stone, when every night you're here, but I feel so alone. Whiskey on the wind, calling out his name, a bitter taste of heartache, and he's the one to blame. Memories burn hot, hotter than the fire on his breath. Love's a cruel melody when it's all that he has left. At the old honky-tonk, he stares at his face in the barroom mirror, lost in time and place. There's a jukebox song she once claimed as her own. It plays in his silence, now he's